What's your why? This is the reason that will motivate you to get screened for cancer. What's your why is about finding out what or who is most important to you. Start thinking about the things in your life that you couldn't live without. Think about the people in your life that mean the world to you. Getting screened for cancer helps make sure that you are around for the things you love. We made every effort to ensure that the information provided is accurate. Make sure to read through our disclaimer before viewing the presentation. This is a list of the great people that worked on this initiative. We would also like to thank all of the seniors and healthcare providers who helped us to develop What's Your Why? There are 3 key questions that we are going to answer. What do I need to know about cancer? How do I get screened for cancer? Why should I get screened for cancer? What's Your Why focuses on 4 types of cancers: breast cancer, prostate cancer, cervical cancer, and colon cancer. For each cancer, we will cover the basic information, the screening tests available to you, and we will watch 4 examples of people's whys. There are many benefits of getting screened for cancer: increased rates of recovery, more treatment options, less invasive treatment, improved quality of life, longer, healthier life. It is important to note that no screening test is perfect. Your healthcare provider can advise you on which test is best for you. The most important part of this presentation is to find your why. Think about the one thing in your life that is most important to you. Getting screened can help you keep your health and make sure that you're there for the ones you love. In this section, we are going to talk about breast cancer. We will start with some general information and then talk about the screening tests. Then we will watch a video of Betty, who talks about her why, which is the reason she wants to be screened for breast cancer. Breast cancer is the most common cancer for women and is also the 2nd leading cause of deaths in Canadian women. If breast cancer is detected early, there is a higher chance that it will not spread to other parts of the body. Early detection will also give most people more treatment options and a better chance of surviving the disease. Getting screened regularly for breast cancer is very important, even if you don't have any signs or symptoms of the disease. Mammograms are the most effective test to detect breast cancer. Women over the age of 50 are at the highest risk, and they should be screened every 2 to 3 years. It is also important to be breast self-aware. Make sure to know how your breasts look and feel so that you are more likely to notice changes.
My name is Betty. I have 13 grandchildren, and that's almost my claim to fame. In 1951, we moved from Apeldoorn, where we grew up, to Winnipeg. I've always been a believer in being active, so all the years that I worked, I dreamt of all the things I could be doing once I'm retired. Having cancer in the family has made me aware of how important life is, in that sense that I think we tend to go along, one foot in front of the other without thinking too often. Each time I notice it, I think, boy, I'm lucky.
My favorite place is to visit Grandma. My name is Mahina. When I spend the day with Grandma, I take some walks with my grandma.
My favorite thing to do with my granddaughters is sharing an activity. I just enjoy being part of their lives. That's very important to me. I want them to know that they had a grandmother who was part of their lives, who mattered. It adds a facet to my life that I wouldn't miss for anything.
My grandma's really good at making dishes. My favorite memory about Grandma going to pools.
Getting screened for breast cancer is very important because it's almost common to have breast cancer, and if they do the screening, hopefully they'll catch it early enough, so your hopes for the future are much better. To me, it was always, I needed to be around for a long time. I'm not ready to go. If my doctor recommends I do X, I would do it. It just seems common sense that you would do that. It's like if your mechanic says you need to get your oil changed, okay? It's a minor hiccup on the way, actually, to get screened. I'd like to think that everybody has something that they want to do with their lives, that their lives are important, and being sick would really interfere with that. So you do what you can to allow yourself that life. And I think getting screened for breast cancer is a logical step on that path. My why is my granddaughters.
What's your why?
Betty's why is her granddaughter. Your why might be similar, or it could be different, but the important thing is that we all find our own why. We also need to understand how important we are to the people in our lives. In the video, we saw Mahina talk about her grandmother and how much she loved spending time with her. Betty wants to make sure she is around for her granddaughter. She wants to spend time with her and see her grow up. As Betty says, when it comes to getting screened, it's common sense.
Prostate cancer affects men all over Canada. In this section, we will go through some information about prostate cancer, the screening tests available, and we'll watch a video of Randy and Craig where they talk about their whys. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in Canadian men. 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Prostate cancer grows slowly and can be cured or managed. If you are over the age of 50, you are at a much greater risk of developing prostate cancer and should be screened regularly. There are 3 major tests to detect prostate cancer: a PSA test, a digital rectal exam, and a transrectal ultrasound. These 3 tests are effective on their own, but if you have all 3, you increase your chances of successfully detecting prostate cancer. Speaking with your healthcare provider can help you understand which tests will be the best for you.
My name is Randy, and I am a retired teacher.
My name is Craig. I'm 26 years old, and I'm a personal trainer.
My family's health is incredibly important. I think I've set a fairly good example for them. I'm a jock, have been my whole life. So activity is important to me. I know it's good for me, and I like being active.
My dad's an awesome cook, actually. We get along mostly in the kitchen. He always preparing dinner. He's someone who's raised me not with like words of great philosophical value, but I've just watched how he acts and what he does, and it's taught me some very valuable lessons. So he's a very kind-hearted individual. My dad had prostate cancer, so I'm very, very concerned about it, actually. It's prompted me to go see a doctor and become much more aware of that. I think getting screened for prostate cancer is extremely important. It doesn't matter who you are, it can happen to. I could have it right now. It's not one of those things you want to find out in the worst way possible. It's one of those things you take preventative action against.
Being as healthy as I was, I didn't go see a doctor for, I bet you, 15 years. Part of it was fear. Avoidance. It doesn't happen to me, it happens to other people. And then once I started going, I didn't like the test. Yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing. You know, when you have to go for that test and actually get the physical part of it done, it's something you joke about with your friends, but yeah, it's something you don't really enjoy. After I actually got the test, I actually felt that I wanted more. Because of my family history, because of my dad having it, once I did complete the test, I thought maybe I should do more.
I want my dad to get screened for prostate cancer, just so I can have that sense of relief. I want my father around for a long time because I still have a lot to learn from him. I need my dad to be around. Like I need him to be there.
Well, I want to be tested because I want to be around for my children and for their children. And the biggest thing for me is my birth of a granddaughter. That's changed everything for me. You know, she fascinates me, and I want to be around for her. So that's really important. So that would prompt me to want to go and get tested. My name is Randy, and that's my why.
What's your why?
This video really focuses on the father-son relationship. Randy has multiple whys. He is an active person and health is really important to him. He also has a family history of cancer, which really motivated him to get screened. His most important why is his new granddaughter. He wants to get screened so that he makes sure he's able to spend time with her. He wants to be able to see her grow up. Craig wants his father to get screened because he needs him around for a long time. He wants his father to take preventative action so that he can have that sense of relief.
Cervical cancer is a common cancer among Canadian women. This section will cover information about cervical cancer, the screening tests available, and a video of Carol's and Milka's why. 1 in 150 women will get cervical cancer in their lifetime. The good news is that this type of cancer can be easily treated as long as you get screened regularly and find the cancer in the early stages. If you do get screened regularly, you increase your chances of surviving by 70%. Getting screened for cervical cancer is very important for women. A simple Pap test is all that is needed to detect cervical cancer. You should be screened every 2 to 3 years.
My name is Carol. I also walk with 2 spirit names, Blue Sky Woman and Morning Star, and I'm from the Deer Clan.
My name is Milka. I have a big family. I'm Filipino, so it's either you have a small family or you have like an extremely huge family that is spread all over the world.
My father, who was a very wise man, he told me once, anybody can feed and clothe a child, but the true parent is the one that sticks around and raises that child. I think that's part of the responsibility, is to make sure that your kids can be the best human beings they can be. And part of it is to make sure that you're healthy enough to do that, and you are still around to do it.
My health is important to me because I want to be able to live as long as I can and see my nieces and nephews grow up and possibly my future children.
My gift is to gab and to talk and to teach, and I love it, and I want to continue as long as I can, and I hope that I never get cervical cancer. I hope that I don't get any kind of cancer. I think it's so important that if we're going to have cancer, let's get it early. If we can catch it while it's still in the early stages, then the chances of living a long, long time be there for us.
My family's important to me because they're the only ones that I've got. If anything happened to them, I'd be crushed.
I haven't been screened for a while, and I know I have to, and I will be getting screened soon.
If you value your life, then it's important to take those precautions. Even if you don't have it, I think it's good to do it, just so you don't have to think about it.
The unknown is worse than the known, and you do ponder for a while, should I or shouldn't I? But I think you should really, really get screened. find that bravery.
I'd like to, in the future, have a family and have them see, experience the love that my mom gave to me. Kindergarten was a big deal before I immigrated to Canada. And a cool moment was when my mom kind of like walked me down the path to go to my chair. And I know, since I'm in university and I want to finish, I'd love her to like go there with me. So that's something to look forward to.
I think it's very important that we all look at our children and our grandchildren and say, hey, we produce them, let's look after them. That's why I'm getting screened for cervical cancer, and that's my why.
What's your why?
Carol and Milka both have powerful whys. The most important thing to Carol is being there for the next generation and passing on what she has learned. She also leaves us with a very important message: the unknown is worse than the known. For Milka, family is everything. She wants her mother to be around for a long time, and she wants her to get screened for cancer to make sure that she is.
Colon cancer affects many Canadians. In this section, we will cover information about colorectal cancer, the tests available to you, and a video about Ashok and Keenan's why. Colorectal cancer is the third most common cancer and the second most common cancer-related death in men. A majority of colorectal cancers begin as non-cancerous growths called polyps. Removal of these growths will prevent colorectal cancer from developing. Colorectal cancer is highly treatable, and it is up to 90% preventable if detected early. Regular testing is important to ensure that polyps can be removed before they turn into cancer. If you are over 50, you are at a higher risk and should be screened regardless of gender or family history. There are a range of tests that you can have done. Speak with your healthcare provider to determine which test is right for you.
My name is Ashok. I'm retired. I have a grandson, and one of my passions is traveling. I'm married. I have a daughter, and she has a son. That's the only grandchild I have. And my son, who chose, instead of raising kids, he'll raise dogs.
My family is so important to me because I only have one family. My name is Keenan, and I want to be an actor when I grow up.
Family to me isn't just the person I'm married to or the kids I've had. People who have come and allowed me into their lives, that's all part of family. It means honesty, it means sincerity, it means commitment. My grandson's coming over tomorrow, and one of the fun things is he's finally clicked on that understanding your past is important, so he's going to be rummaging through all the old photographs. And for me, that's the kind of thing that families are made up of.
My grandpa's a good singer and always makes me laugh.
Even though we're independent in many ways, we are still very interdependent, and we have to be role models to and for each other and look after each other. One of the sayings for therapists and doctors is heal yourself before you try to heal somebody else. So with a family, before you try to take care of your family, you can't if you're ill. So you have to take care of yourself for that. Cancer is a painful disease. And in being checked, with the progress that science has made, most cancers now can be cured, or at least your life can be extended till hopefully a cure is found for you.
I really want my grandpa around for a long time.
For me, getting screened for colon cancer is because at this point, I really want to be around when my grandson graduates, not just from high school, but from university. I'd like to see the kind of work he's done that I've been trying to mentor, and I'm hoping, in some way that's an influence on him from what he's seen in my life, and that he can carry on that kind of tradition of contributing to his community. So I want to be alive. My name is Ashok, and that's my why.
What's your why?
Ashok's why is simple but powerful. He wants to be alive to be with the people he loves and do the things he enjoys. He wants to avoid this painful disease and to make sure he can be in good health so he's able to care for others.
Where do we go from here? The most important thing is to find your why. Your why is that part of your life that is irreplaceable. It could be your health, a person, or an activity. It will be something that motivates you to get screened for cancer. Talk to your healthcare professional about getting screened for cancer. They will help you with any questions you have and be able to determine which tests are right for you. The last thing you have to do is get screened. What's your why?